I would look, Matt, at short form as the type of video content that you're using to get attention, and long form is utilized to educate, right? So if you think about it, it's, oh, I saw this 60-second video of Pete. It got my attention. That's what I needed on a Friday. But what if I want more Pete, right? What if I'm like, you know what? Like, I like what this guy says. I've been kind of watching his short form consistently. Is there something else out there where I could get more involved and spend more time with Pete on the long form side? What I will say with a lot of the, you know, research that I've done lately is that there is an element, and we're not admitting it up front, but I think that many of us are exhausted with a lot of the short form content, right? In the sense that, like, we're seeing it so much that it's kind of like that's what's tripping people up on social media. And it gets discouraging for me because I've always said it openly. I love social media. I think it is one of the most amazing things we've had to help market businesses. And of course, anytime you see anything negative about something that you see as a benefit, you really dive into it. And I think the message would be is that all forms of content are important, right? Short form is important, long form is important. Putting up a photo to remind somebody is no different than sitting at a baseball game and looking at the logos in the outfield that those companies spent a lot of money on to be top of mind, for you when you're sitting there to remind you that you have to go call that business. It's all important, right? I think it's just a matter of looking at each one. And the other thing that I'll say is that what's changing a lot is the amount of trust that, like, I mean, if you really think about it, people want to know more about who you are. And that's where I think the long form comes in, right? It's very difficult. I mean, yes, there are a handful of people out there that, could pull the wool over someone's eyes if they were doing a 1 hour video and what have you. But it is a lot easier if you want to get to know somebody, or you want people, your target audience, to know who you are and the way that you work and how you educate, when you do make that commitment to doing some long form content.